This video we're going to talk about dabbing. Okay, and again, dabbing is a technique in which you use a tool, right, such as your paintbrush or other tools such as sponges, paper towels, tissues, palette knives, other things like that, to push or press down paint onto your paper. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple different things we can do here with dabbing. Again, the idea behind pushing or pressing paint into paper. Okay, you can certainly do that with your paintbrush, right, or the paintbrushes that you have. That's not kind of a foreign concept, and maybe you've already done that in some of your previous samples, but the idea of actually pushing and pressing paint into that paper. Okay? Other than that paintbrush, a couple of different tools. Maybe the most popular tool is kind of a small sponge. Right? And with this small sponge, maybe I get it dry, and possibly you've seen this before. It's kind of this dabbing different colors on. This is great for even blending multiple colors inside here, pushing or pressing this paint into the paper. That's the idea behind dabbing. Okay, so a sponge, right? You've maybe seen kind of this sponge technique before. That's dabbing because I'm pushing or pressing paint into the paper, and you can see I'm doing all these other different things. You can do the same thing with tissues, right? I could come back in here and you can get different looking shapes as you're, I don't know, I'm painting in white. But you can get different looks pushing or pressing paint in with tissues. You can do the same thing with maybe paper towels. All the idea about pushing or pressing into the paper. The last thing I might show you with dabbing is that things such as stamps, right? So right now, I'm simply just taking some paint and even painting it on my sponge here, right? And then taking that and pushing or pressing that repeatedly, right? Because I'm pushing or pressing paint into paper, this would be considered dabbing. So any stamp or stamp-like thing that you do, you could certainly do as a sample for this technique.